What's up guys, welcome back. Today I want to share with you 3 sound design tips in Ableton Live that I use all the time. Obviously number 3 is going to be the best because you should watch the full video. But anyway, you can adapt this obviously to your own DAW, or you can just take inspiration and do whatever you want. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, so tip number 1 is very basic, kind of unique to Ableton, but you can reproduce this in other DAWs. I'm talking about the beat algorithm. So let me show you how you can use that to create percussion sounds out of pretty much everything. Let's try to do that out of this piano sample. So first of all, let's resample this into another track. Okay, so if we change the algorithm to beat, you see that you have the option to preserve transients, and that's what you want to use. So you have 3 modes here. This one is going to just reproduce the transients in order as they are in the clip. This one is going to loop each section until the next transients comes, and this one is just going to go back and forth between each section, so from one transient to another. I really like this one because obviously with this you can really tighten the sound, get percussive effects. Obviously if you stretch this, you see we're already getting something percussive which we can maybe loop into something else. Another thing you could do, you can actually add transients in any place you want. So you see now we're adding more transients, and this is gonna trigger again the clip. So okay, you can also tweak the rhythm part of it later. Let's try to maybe play around with the length of each transient. So we're going for something really percussive, so maybe somewhere around here should work, but you can also obviously keep it like a harmonic thing for the track. But again, we're gonna try to make it super percussive. So let's say this works. So I'm gonna consolidate. I'm gonna also quantize this. Maybe shape the loop that I want. This is obviously personal taste. It's also very quiet, so I'm gonna just compress the hell out of it. And drum bass is obviously amazing for this. We can also maybe help it a little bit by doing this. We can also consolidate this and keep tweaking. And also if you want to get rid of the harmonic part of it and make it just percussive, you can try Redux. Maybe Erosion is great. Or the vocoder plugin is great for making percussions. We can also go ahead and make it even shorter. You can try an octave down. And then maybe shape the sound with EQ. And then, you know, just get creative with the rhythm. So basically I doubled the length, so it's like half the speed. And it fits a little bit better this way with the percussions. I mean with the drums. Obviously, depending on the material, you're gonna end up with interesting or less interesting results. But you see the fact that we're basically creating percussions out of, you know, a piano. It's already pretty interesting, I think. Anyway, that's it for tip number 1. Let's get a look into tip number 2. This one's about creating like an impact, like a cinematic impact sound. So it's kind of a similar process. So let's get rid of this, for instance. So we're going to start again with resampling the piano part. Just this first chord. And again, using the beat mode, we're gonna basically just reproduce the first transient. So we're gonna actually get rid of everything else. So if you right click the transient, you see, delete the transient. So I'm gonna get rid of everything. I'm gonna just use this part of the sound. And that's pretty much the envelope that I want this sound to be. Obviously we want to make it, you know, big, cinematic and epic, so obviously a very big reverb in this case. It's going to be great for that purpose. That's already a kind of cool sound. We can try an octave lower. Maybe we can try some distortion to like, it sounds really like sine wavy in some ways, so maybe we can try to like square it up a bit, if that makes sense. That's cool. Maybe we get rid of like the super low frequencies. So it kind of sounds like epic, like drums, I don't know. But really the important part is the drum bass again. I'm gonna really smash this with heavy compression. Maybe it's too low like this. So yeah, pretty similar as the previous technique. Again, the drum bass is just so good. Anyway, moving on to tip number 3. This is absolutely my favorite thing to do in Ableton. There are other plugins outside of Ableton which do this thing, but it is just so good for so many things. I'm talking about granular synthesis. So let me open Granulator, which is a Max for Live device. So this thing is like my go-to sound design machine. You can create anything with this. Again, for the sake of it, let's resample again the this piano chord. And then we're gonna just import this into the granulator. So now we have MIDI instrument with this note, with this sample. And actually what granular synthesis does is reproducing like small bits of that sample, of that clip, in like random ways, which obviously you can tweak. So like you get this, you know. So this is like the loop length. Then you have obviously the position, sides of the loop. So like the sides of each grain, and then the spray, which is like how much is gonna bleed into the other portions of the clip. Like you see, if I max up the spray, it goes back and forth between the whole clip. And if I take it down, it's just, you know, in between this loop. So like it's obviously super easy to make like very ambient sounds. You can even add some more reverb to make it like super spacey. You can also tweak attack and release, so like if you want to create like a pad sound. And by the way, I'm just playing using the keyboard here. Obviously, you already have a chord contained in the sample, so the only way you can pitch that up and down is by playing either the 4th or the 5th from that scale. So, you know, keep that in mind if you already have, again, a chord into the sample that you're using. But yeah, this is just scratching the surface, really. With Granulator, you can do so much stuff, especially like with drums. For instance, this stuff. This is all granular synthesis. You know, with tweaking and, you know, with just experimenting with the grain size, you can easily come up with this like weird tones. Maybe we'll talk about this in another video. But really, we're just scratching the surface with granular synthesis. It's just so amazing, so cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess, for today's video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you would like to see more of this like production, sound design stuff. Yeah, make sure to subscribe as always if you enjoyed the video. As always, I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.